So, good morning. It's me, it's Johnny Boy. Thursday. I'm having a day off today. Well, not a day off. I'm going to go and see a lady who had a patio installed last year. I went and had a look, and it wasn't good. And because it wasn't good, she decided to get some help from an expert witness in paving, if there is such a thing. And he measured some stuff and it wasn't good, and the measurements were incorrect, and as a result of it, the company that supplied the product graciously, got to take my hats off to them, that they would replace the patio because they recommended the landscaper, the contractor, and they said that what they would do, they would lift and relay it. So they've lifted and relayed it. I'm going to go up and have a look now today and see how it turns out, and see what she has to say. But the good thing about it, that Jackie has gone through a process of dealing with contractors for the last year now, because they had the extension being done, and the extension itself in the garden room had to be signed off by the local authority, and they couldn't get it signed off because the patio was too high. So it's at the correct height now. We've got that signed off. Spoke to the council. They've sorted that out now. That's all good. But the good thing about it, Jackie, her husband is back. Tom's back. He's been working in Australia, and she's had to deal with all this as she's gone along. Difficult thing dealing with contractors anyway, or even dealing with consumers, that relationship. But for a lady to do it by herself, and it can be hard, it can be difficult, and if you haven't got that robustness about you, it can be overwhelming. So we're going to go now, we're going to have a look, go and see what's happening. I'm going to speak to Tom and Jackie and have a look at the patio.
Can you play drums for the big karaoke party on May the 2nd? You know,
so here we are, we're in Worcester Park. Beautiful day today, nice and sunny. I don't know what it's like where you are, but we've arrived back now at Worcester Park to meet Jackie again, and we're going to meet Tom, and they're going to tell us a little bit about the patio. We'll do a little recap when we get round the back. So we're back here in Worcester Park, and I want to show you, there was two main things that was the problem with this patio. One, that it was too high, and secondly, that the expert witness said that 6 of the slabs out of the, how many there was, it was 60 slabs I think, that 6 of them were hollow, and it was 48. So that was the problem. The other thing, of course, was the damp course. He said it was 1 brick below damp course, and we know that 1 brick below damp course is 75 mil, but in this case it was only 50 mil going around to 30 mil in places. So none of that was right, but it's looking better. So it's been rendered, okay, and you can see that it's 75 mil below damp course now. We've got, with the council, we had it signed off that we could put this thin set drainage system along here, and they didn't mind the patio running towards the garden, of course, because the water can run off. So we got that signed off, if that makes sense. But now all the paving is absolutely solid all the way through. The only thing that they done, unfortunately, is when they did the grouting. The grouting looks pretty good in places, but in other places it has gone white, and that was because they did it in wet weather, which is not good at all. But you're not going to get on your hands and knees and look at grout as long as it doesn't come out. So what we're going to do, we're going to speak to Jackie and Tom now. On the last video, we just spoke to Jackie about the patio when we came up originally, but now we're going to speak to Tom as well.
Oh, what, to take the pictures?
So where are we?
Worcester Park.
In London?
In London.
In your garden?
Yes.
And You've had a bit of a story with your garden. Can we just recap? Can you introduce this handsome fella next to you?
This is my handsome husband,
Tom.
Tom.
All the way from Australia.
Yeah. Why don't we see much of Tom? Can you just tell us why that is?
Because he works away, so he's working in Australia at the moment.
And Tom, your profession is?
Construction.
Yeah, into construction. So you know the job. You've been in it for years. You know the job inside out. Yeah. What's it been like for you being away when Jackie's had to deal with the building, the patio?
Oh, I know. Being in construction, you need to be mindful and on it all the time, and it's difficult when I'm on the other side of the world. Jackie, bless her, she's the project manager, and she does very well. I always feel, and it's maybe just the way I am, that because she's a lady, she can be taken advantage of a little bit. A bit like we go to see a mechanic, you know.
And has there been evidence of where you feel that?
Yeah, well, yes. Up until recently, we had the mortar done on the roof. Jackie done all the research. We get a guy from Checker Trade. He comes along. When Jackie showed the pictures, I'm like, that's not good quality. Then she feels it's bad because she's got the builder, but then he's not done the right job.
And she's relaying this all to you on a Zoom call.
We speak all the time.
Yeah.
Every day.
Jack, look, we come up here before. We had a problem with the patio. Let's just go over this, just to have a quick recap. So I come up here to see you about the patio. There was a couple of things. We were chatting for a while. You decided to get this expert witness in, and he went over and he did a couple of checks. One being the hollows in the paving, and we found literally 40 odd paving slabs that were hollow in comparison to his 6 slabs that were hollow. And the other thing, of course, he said it was 1 brick below damp course, and it wasn't 1 brick, because the 1 brick is 75 mil. In this case, it was 50 mil and 30 mil round the corner.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a sticking point with the local authorities, wasn't it?
Yeah, because of the damp course, we wouldn't have been able to get the building signed off. So that was the main problem, and that's really why I wanted advice. And it was never never ever about taking someone to court or getting anyone in trouble. All I wanted was just, some sound advice, and so that I could put my contractor on the right path to putting things right.
So the professional that you commissioned to do the job didn't really know what he was doing, did he?
No.
Okay.
No.
And let's just look. He didn't do too much of a bad job, but it was bad in the respect of the height, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the main concern.
That was the main concern, the height, and some of the slabs were hollow. So basically, it was a bad installation then.
Yeah.
It was a bad installation. And then you got this expert witness in so you got the expert witness in just to clarify this, because this is what people are going to ask you. You got him in to clarify some key points that was essential to getting the patio passed for the local
building.
authorities.
Yeah, just,
Okay.
Yeah, just so that I could have that conversation with the contractor and work together to get it put right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the company that supplied the stone, actually, we're not going to name any company now because it's not about naming and shaming. They've been as good as gold to actually come and lift and relay the patio.
Yeah, am I allowed to say the company?
Yeah, absolutely, because they're
London Stone.
Yeah, brilliant company. None of it was their fault initially, was it?
No, it wasn't.
They didn't do the install.
No.
Beautiful slab or porcelain tile.
Yeah.
So that's like going back to what we said. Once Jackie told me what these guys doing, and the area manager turned up, the contractor turned up. They had a meeting. They discussed the job. They listened to all your issues and concerns. They went away. Then they came back again. It was fantastic. And it
Just
made me
peace
feel
of mind.
comfortable that actually you got the right people on the job now.
Tom, was it really frustrating for you being away and Jackie's having to deal with this?
It is. It's tough. I know it's tough on you, but it's then,
Equally as tough on you. But I mean,
Well, number one, being in the game, and two, obviously, your wife is having to deal with all these issues.
Bits, but you can never see it. You know what I'm saying?
Not like when you're here.
Yeah.
But they did, as I say, they replaced all the tiles. They lifted the whole thing, relayed it, even changed some of the design because I felt like I was really rushed into.
Is that how you felt before?
Yeah, when we thought we were doing things right, but when it came to it, and they came, it was a bit like, you know, well, where are we going with this and where are we going with that? And then you feel like you're being awkward if you're sort of putting them out by saying, oh, can we just talk about this for 5 minutes? So in the end, it was, okay, let them do it. And in the end, I was thinking, oh, it actually isn't really what I wanted, you know. So
does it restore confidence in you now that there's people out there that care?
yeah, it does. It does. I say it does go a long way, and even since then, I've recommended them to friends, you know, because they've been so good. You know, as I say, replacing it all, they've done a brilliant job. And even to the plants, you know, they help the plants. They topsoil. They didn't have to go to that level.
They wanted
you know.
to make it look good.
They did. The drain.
So a big
know,
shout
help
out
the
to
drain.
London Stone.
100%, yeah. Because
Steve Wally and Gavin.
Yeah, I mean, even to the you know, the shingle, is it called shingle? You know, that goes
The
around
gravel
side.
on the edge,
gravel, everything. You know, and they didn't have to go that far, and they did.
It's like when I landed last Wednesday. I was a bit jet lagged, and it was rainy. But the Friday it was sunny. I came out and I mean, I'm in construction, and I'm not that big-headed to think that I know everything. Sometimes you need to lean on guys that are in the game, landscapers, pavers, to get they do it day in, day out. So
It's
they
their
know
profession, isn't it?
it. Right, I see that drain and it looks good. You know, it's
Yeah, the thin set. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
And the thing is, you know, that it's not always perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. Even the best workers in the world make mistakes, but it's how they deal with it. You know.
Look, you've been this road. You've become really robust now, haven't you? You're quite a tough lady when it comes to this sort of thing.
It's toughened me up a bit.
Yeah, it has. It has. Well, this weather will, won't it?
It was nice a minute ago.
What advice would you give to anybody who's thinking, on reflection now, when you look back in hindsight, what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking of having a patio or a project, some landscaping installed? What would you say to them?
Well, I'd say do your research. I know most people will do their research.
Where would you do
anyway,
your research?
But you can look online. You can get recommendations. But even then, it's good to go and look at the work.
Yeah.
Look at the work they're doing. You know, and it's all about the communication.
And there are contractors out there that will offer you to take you to a project. You did it with the.
I did exactly the
with
same.
the rendering.
With the rendering, yeah. I mean, that was.
Can we name the guy who did the rendering?
Yeah, well, I was going to say that actually.
Yeah.
So it's
Smith's plastering.
Smith's, plastering.
What's his name?
Ronan.
Big shout out to Ronan.
Big shout, definitely, 100%.
Tell us about the weather thing. He was looking at the weather, wasn't he? Checking the weather because they weren't sure whether it was going to come on the Friday.
That's right, yeah, because actually I had somebody that let me down, which we won't go into, and literally the week before said they couldn't come.
Yeah.
Took the gave me the deposit back, and I was like, oh my God. So I got this guy recommended, and he came along and he said, I'll get you in for the end of the month, and then they were due to come on the Friday, and he said, look, weather's not great. Unfortunately, we can't come, you know. So no, that's not a problem as long as we know. And he said, we'll do it for Saturday. And then weather changed, last minute on the Friday, we're back on. And I was thinking, oh, well, you know, if that's okay, because there's about 4 or 5 men working.
Like the rain now, so we're going to have to get out the rain. So big shout out to Ronan. Are you happy with the patio?
Yes, I'm happy with that. And thanks to you, John.
Yeah, well.
We might have to come back to this because we're not finished. I've got too much to say.
We don't have to come back to this. I think you said enough. We're going to get out the rain now. Thank you very much. We've come inside now, out of the rain. This has been a big project for you guys inside here. Okay. Are you getting there now? Do you feel you're making progress?
Yes.
Hang on, are we rolling?
Yeah. Yeah. Carry on. No. This is what it's all about.
Yes, we are making progress
yeah.
because now, as I say, the big shout out to Ronan with the plastering. That's what we were talking about with the weather. You know, how he was keeping me informed. He's got 4 guys working with him, and you know, we're on for the Friday, then we're not. But even so that when he was coming back, he said to me, I'll still assess it again in the morning. I'm thinking, well, he's got these guys just sort of waiting around, but it goes a long way, doesn't it? Because it gave me reassurance that they, you know, they were going to do it at the right time. Yeah, it's all about the communication.
You know, you guys see he's going to come along, and then before they don't turn up, and you phone, they don't answer. But it's like, oh, we can't make it today. Or he's messaging or WhatsApping. It's not always emails. A quick call, and you think, well, he's phoned and said,
and he's letting you know.
Which is fine. It's not like being left in limbo. It's so frustrating.
But now it's a good job done. Now they've done the rendering. Patio's done, so that's all good. as I say, and I did want to say a big shout to you, John.
Right,
And
forget about
that's-
me in a moment. Like I was going to say now, look, that patio, forget about me in a moment. That patio is looking good. It's good to see the rain on it in some respect.
Yeah.
But that patio is an essential part of this building because this
Yeah,
building is going to be, can we talk about that or no?
Yeah, we can.
Because it's all, you've had it all passed by the local authority. The building's going to be what, sorry?
So this is for a beauty business for my daughters.
Okay.
So they'll be doing their business in here. So.
And that's why this is all important because you
Yeah.
can bring clients into the garden. They can come in the summer,
Yeah.
walk out onto the patio, come into this business area, and we can have a little look round in a moment about this. Go on, you can say about me now. I'm waiting for this.
I know that's what I was going to say. I say it was a miracle that you came along because a lot of this wouldn't be happening now because that was the main part with the patio, and now it's all taken.
Yeah, but that
shape.
payment into that offshore bank account absolutely did the order.
How did I feel being overseas? And then you said, I've just seen this guy on Instagram, and he's actually coming to London, and he popped in. I watched it probably 1 o'clock in the morning on the patio, and then all the process. The same again. It was like, oh, great.
That a breath of fresh air.
Going to help us.
Yeah, but does it restore confidence?
Yeah, and that's what I was getting back as well too, if I can, about what advice you'd give to people. You always think you're doing the right thing, as in, you can look online and get recommendations, but always go and look at their work.
Yeah.
And it is about the communication, but also take the time before you start, to talk through everything with them, shapes, what you're planning, what you're going to do, design.
How you're going to use
because
it.
there's so much that you don't think about until they're actually
It's not
there
just
with the
about having a
slab.
patio laid from A to B, is it?
No, it's not. There's a lot that goes into it before that, and I think that's now what I know. Yeah. I would have been happier to spend a little bit more time or a bit more money even with someone, to go through it before you get the work done.
Yeah, get some advice.
Yeah,
consult
definitely.
with somebody.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug me now? Greentop Landscape.
That's the one. Greentop Landscape.
Yeah.
Yep. Who's Greentop Landscapes? Yeah, but if they're local.
So Jack, we're in this this room now. It's
a little bit messy.
No, but it's a stunning. What is it, Tom? What is this called? It's a garden room. Because it's big, isn't it?
It's like
as a cabin, and it's got a little bit more than a cabin now. But it's I call it
they call it a beauty cabin. Someone calls it the lodge.
Yeah, but this is such an essential part of the patio as well. Like so this is going to be like a reception area, isn't it?
That's
in here?
right. Yeah.
And what sort of flooring have you got on there now?
So that's Antico.
Yeah.
Something like a strip floor.
Yeah, spacia, like it's. I don't know what that to call it, but it's.
Tom, what's the square footage of this building here?
6 meters square.
So this we're not going to go into like budgets, but this is a big build, wasn't it? Really. Yeah, and if you look at the finishing, like the furnishing that's going on here, they just had a delivery of some furniture over here. It's beautiful, and this is why it had to be right. This is one treatment room in here. If you look in here, and what was the footage of this area? Sorry.
It's 6 meters square. It's 36 square meters.
Oh, so it's quite big then, isn't it? You could live in here, couldn't you?
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that spec. Yeah.
Is that the intention?
Maybe.
And that's the second treatment room as well. So I think when we come up and we did the video before, that we never spoke about this part. So it's not just like having a patio, though a patio is important, but it was an important part of the whole project itself as well. Like so.
Yeah, because when them doors are open, now the patio, it'd be lovely in the summer. Clients could sit out there, if they're waiting for treatments, if they're early. Yeah. So that'd be lovely.
You know that this has had quite a traumatic bearing on my life, this project here. Because I had a cease and desist letter of somebody to not mention their names on this project. And then we haven't mentioned their names.
No.
The only people we mentioned was London Stone, how good they've been to help out.
Yeah.
So we got to give credit when it's due. Do you think I deserved to sort of add a cease and desist letter?
No, not at all. Because
did we when we spoke about the measurements, we were comparing the measurements that I found to what he said when he was here.
Yeah, and it didn't add up.
No, it didn't add up.
It was wrong. Yeah.
fundamentally, the dimensions were very crucial to building control.
Yeah.
There we
and
are,
to getting
yeah.
this signed off.
100%.
And they were wrong, weren't they?
Done completely wrong.
They were wrong.
And that's what I said to you when I read the report that there'd been issued to us. It came across as very professional, but that booklet wasn't that.
Wasn't really worth anything,
and
no.
the fundamental thing was dimension was a crucial part.
Yeah.
Wrong, so it probably wasn't worth.
Do you think it was worth the money?
To be honest with you, when I first decided to go down that road,
Yeah.
you said to me straight off, why are you paying someone to tell you something that you probably already know? But you didn't, because you wasn't here, and I was just thinking, I need to get this right. If I don't get this right, it's all down to me. And you felt like I need to let her pay that to get that done, because she's dealing with it. So
and also me being appeasing you, trying. So we had a bad job done. We reached out for a professional advice, and then we got a double whammy until Mr. John came along. You know, and you know, you just learn, don't you?
you do learn,
It's an experience, you know.
Yeah,
So
but this is probably not the first time this has happened for a lot of people. So often you'll hear about people getting experts in a certain field, and then they fail as well. It happens all the time. So,
and I think it's difficult because you think you look on Instagram, you research. You don't really know. You call him an expert. He's got all these letters after his name, and you just take it for all it is.
it looks impressive, doesn't it?
It's impressive, but at the end of the day, the guy working on the ground, it's probably a lot better. It's been proven, isn't it?
Well, thank you very much for allowing us to come up here today and filming it. And we need to give you some advice on planting now.
Well, yeah.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.